Hello, I'm Bill Sonamaker of Catalyst Fitness, and this is Valerie Ness, fitness model and personal trainer. We're here to demonstrate to you the Catalyst Fitness morning core routine. This routine is designed to be performed in the morning immediately upon rising. Take the time to use the restroom. If you have animals, go ahead and let them out. While they're doing their business, it's time for you to do your business. It's time for you to take care of yourself. These exercises are designed to be performed at 50 to 70% of your maximal intensity. This means that if at 3 p.m. in the afternoon, when you're fully awake, you're able to perform 20 repetitions of one of these exercises, we'd only expect you to perform 10 to 14 repetitions first thing in the morning. Another way of looking at it would be on a scale of 1 to 10, work to an intensity level of somewhere between 5 and 7, and then move on to the next exercise. These exercises are spinal stabilization based exercises, meaning that there's little to no movement of the spine or pelvis. So again, immediately upon rising, take the time to use the restroom, drop down to the floor and perform your exercises, and then move forward with your day. Make sure to get some good breakfast in, and then off to work. Prone pillow squeezes. Valerie's going to assume a prone position on her stomach. She's going to interlace her fingertips together so that she can lie her forehead on her fingertips so that she can keep a nice neutral spine, leaving room for her to breathe between her nose and her mouth and the ground. She's going to place a pillow between her feet. She's going to keep her knees at 90 degrees, keep her ankles at 90 degrees, and what she's going to do is she's going to squeeze this pillow with approximately 50 to 70% intensity of a squeeze. As she does that, she's also going to activate her glutes, going from an anterior pelvic tilt where she is in the prone position to pushing her pubic bone into the ground, squeezing the glutes, trying to get to posterior tilt, but really she's going to end up more in just a neutral spine position. Doing nothing here with the upper back here, just nice and relaxing. She's going to squeeze and hold for 1 to 2 seconds. Again, approximately 50 to 70% intensity on each squeeze, and the repetition range is going to again relate to somewhere between 50 to 70% of her maximum intensity. Notice as she squeezes, we can see her glutes activate and glutes fire. This is an exercise that really will help people turn on their glutes in the morning, and so that their glutes are activating and firing properly throughout the day, thus avoiding gluteal lambation. Glute bridge. Valerie's going to assume a supine position. She's going to lie on her back, take her arms into a double L position. We have her move her arms into this double L position for 2 reasons. One, to help open up the chest and shoulders, get a nice good stretch. And then secondly, to prevent her from going into this protracted shoulder position, which we refer to often as the North American gorilla posture, where she's pushing her palms down into the ground to perform the exercise. We don't want to reinforce that motor pattern. So again, she's in this double L position. She walks her feet out so that her knees are at approximately 90 degrees. Her hip, her knee, and her toes are lined up. She's going to then lift her feet into dorsiflexion. She's going to use her glutes to drive up, lifting her belly button towards the ceiling. At this point, we now have 2 options. The first option is for her just to hold this position. The second option is for her to go up and down for repetitions. Again, if we go back to that first option, it would be much like a plank. She's going to hold the position for an isometric contraction. I recommend that the first few weeks that you're starting the Catalyst Fitness morning core routine, that you work on these isometric contractions to focus on increasing intramuscular coordination. At the point that you can do 20 to 30 seconds without a problem, then you would move on to doing the repetitions so that you're not only getting intramuscular coordination, but you're getting intermuscular coordination, where the muscle groups are working with each other to move you up and down through eccentric, concentric, and isometric contractions of the core musculature. This exercise again is called glute bridge. Prone presses. Valerie's going to assume a prone position, meaning on her stomach. She's going to dorsiflex her feet, bringing her toes towards her shins. She's going to keep her glutes nice and taut by activating them, pushing her pubic bone into the ground. She's also going to keep that navel drawn in towards her spine. She's then going to lift her arms up off the ground, keeping her hands higher than her elbows. She's going to reach up over her head, performing a shoulder press. As she does, she breathes out. As she brings her arms back down towards her sides, she's going to breathe in, and then she extends her arms again up over her head. Then she's breathing in as she comes back. Her repetition range again is going to be between 50 to 70% of her maximal intensity. The name of this exercise, once again, is prone presses.